Hello, and welcome back to Display's Attila War Part 20. This is like an epilogue, really. But while I talk, I'll piddle about and work on these last little bits, I guess. Why not, right? So I guess first thing that I would talk about, if somebody was to say, like, what do you think of Attila Total War? My first opinion would be, I don't think it's as good as some of the older ones. Just point blank. You know, I mean, that's just how I see it. Is it cool? Yeah, it's more of like a almost like a sideways expansion from Rome 2. Somewhere in that territory. I think my favorite faction in this game, it would probably be the Garamantians, to be honest. They're pretty cool. I like them. Alright.
Be praised! How can I help? Docking! Warriors all!
My skills are yours. The Lord guides my further assistance. The old tracks are open to those who know the way.
Get to it, men! For the tribe! Moving, you wretches! Ready for orders! Father, your orders? Ships to port! Thirsty for battle! Ready for orders!
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, this game, I kind of feel like, maybe well, okay, some of the stuff they try and do has like a reason. So like tech is slow, right? Because it's, it's like the Dark Ages and whatnot. Collapse of the ancient world, the beginning of the Middle Age, and so there's not some sort of like race to tech out or anything like that. I get that. That's respectable. but there's not a whole lot of variety to very many things that you can do. Yeah. It just kind of exists, and you go through it very quickly, and you're not... like, time goes quickly in the sense of, like, things are just happening, and you're not really seeing much advancement, and then by the next thing you know it, the game's done. The few times I've, you know, done full campaigns all the way through, it's like, I don't know, it just seems like the bottom kind of falls out, or something like that, but it's still fun, it's still a total war.
My skills are yours. Well met. What do you wish of me?
How may I be of assistance?
I think the way that you gain traits in this game is pretty shit, but I don't think any Total War has really done it well. I think maybe the best one, just for like it not being like annoying, would be Empire Total War. Not that Empire's like the best Total War or anything, although it is pretty good. It's severely underrated. Has the biggest sense of scope, and that goes a long way because it also has boats, like the naval combat in that shit is way beyond anything else in a Total War, in terms of like just the naval combat on that is on another level compared to every other Total War.
Ready for battle!
I like the diplomacy in this, except for the fact that you can't buy territories. Towns are just too expensive to what's the word? Convert? Yeah, convert. They're just too expensive to convert. And I know it's supposed to be, again, like another thing that's like, you know, the development back then wasn't super fast or anything, but it's like, come on, man. I think the sieges in this game are better than some other games where they just shit the bed on what they were trying to do with siege mechanics, which is cool.
The Lord blesses you. How can I help?
Thirsty for battle.
Yeah, I think the Garamantians are the coolest because they get like a desert thing that helps them avoid sanitation problems. They get like +2 as like a global faction-wide thing permanently. +2 sanitation everywhere, which is pretty good. I like how the game's gone a little bit towards like units having some cooldowns and stuff like that. That's pretty neat. Whereas, you know, like originally the series was like you just put some spearmans down and they did their thing more or less, and lived or died. And now there's a bit more, I guess, micro to the process, which is nice. Skill based. I'm a supporter of anything like that.
My skills are yours.
Ready for orders.
Sure.
Father be praised.
Like, the game, it tries to be brutal, savage, like the era, and I don't know if it pulls it off well. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if it's as slick as it could have been. I don't know, it just seems a bit silly. Like, oh well, we gotta worry about food and money, that's it. Like, okay. Alright. Just kinda silly, that's all. Trying to think of like other things about the game, and one thing that's interesting about the game is I think the time period is really interesting. Like, there's more to this era than what you see in this game, and it's all really interesting. You know, the fall of Rome, and they do a good job of like bringing the vibes of that, but maybe at the cost of like being a really good game. Does that make any sense? It's difficult to balance that.
I am a servant of Almighty God.
I don't think agents were implemented very well, so I prefer not to play them actually. I would definitely recommend the game to someone that's into the Total War series or is into this specific era of history, the Great Migration. I don't know if somebody was like, which Total War should I play? I don't know if this would be the one that I recommend, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would recommend something else, to be quite honest. You know, very early on, before I even actually had finished downloading the game, one of my friends I was sitting there talking with when I was installing this game said to me, "You can't make a ideal city." And I think you can. It's just that there's slight variations of that given, you know, what's available. Like, it's kind of dynamic.
servant of Almighty God.
What? Find out what he knows. And then kill him. That's generally my approach to everything in this game. Every scenario is just fucking kill him.
The Lord blesses you. How can I help?
Yeah. Beautiful. This is the way the world works, right here. Get out what you put in. Yep.
Thirsty for battle. Ready for orders.
A bunch of beautiful cities. That's what I got now. Playing SimCity, guys. This is transitioning very, very slowly. You're just not aware of how slow it's going. And voila.
Well met. What do you wish of me?
There we are. 400 turns, guys. In the bag. In the bag. I'm not going any further. This is it, by the way. But we'll take a look at the stats and I'll say a few ending words. If you stuck through this far, you're a fucking champion and I love you. Haha. It's on its way to the future. I think this is about where we get off the boat. It's a work of art though, isn't it? You just keep slowly chipping away. So we end, you know, everything's looking beautiful. Let's see here, like the religion. Look at the religion, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure every single place is now majority Greco-Roman pagan. Very cool. Let's see the global summary. 76%. Very cool. Talk about my kings for a little bit. Got a Geisel, he was the man. He was the man with the master plan. And he took us on an adventure down south. And he died in the water though. Off the coast of Spain right here. Some other faction like rolled up on him that we were at war with in boats, and they just killed him. And he was a good man, but he died at 49. And then the next king was, he had two sons, Gunderic and Geiseric, and they were the two like main branches of the family. That was it. And Gunderic was the king who lived to 80 fucking 5. I mean, what a beast. 80 fucking 5. I mean, he was out of control. He was really, really good king. And then, near when he was like 80 something, I made Ulithis the other heir. I made him the heir. But then I think Ulithis died early. And we made Saphrax the king. And then Gunderic died. But yeah, I mean, pretty fucking sweet. Had a lot of good kids. Had a lot of, you know, equal good and equal bad. You know, you just murder the fucking bad ones. I mean, that's how this game goes. Yeah. Let's check my stats. So I lost 29 settlements to mostly like, you know, temporary rebels for like half of a turn or whatever. Immediately take it back. I had like one or two losses that were like actually like bad. Yeah. 2 crushing defeats, but 13 heroic victories. I had 511 battles, and I fought personally 69 of them. So that was nice. That was fun. Ransomed 17,321 guys, and also recruited. So like that's like 30k right there, 30k plus. Liberated nothing. Never once looted and occupied. I just peacefully occupied most of the time. Sometimes I would sack, and every once in a while I would raise. Raising was really like the Sassanids. I was teaching them a lesson in late game. Yep. So that about does it. Yeah, so if you liked this series, this was a hell of a long series, the longest series I've ever done by far. And it was kind of random. I don't know if you noticed Easter egg time, spoiler, like hindsight spoilers. At one point I had my camera on. I'm not going to tell you what video. If you missed it, you missed it, but yeah. And it was like accidental, then I just turned it off at one point. But yeah, it was fun doing this series and just blabbering into the mic, getting baked, and thinking about, you know, this amazing time in history and enjoying it. So yeah, if you got this far, congratulations, here's a cookie. I appreciate you watching, and I might do some other Total War series at some point. So you never know. I mean, this is yet another one. I think this is the 4th one on the channel, so. But yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, it's been a pleasure. Peace.